Hello and welcome to 1973 GMC Motorhome, episode 19. Today we're going to start working on the counter. Got home last night and we did our refrigerator doors. So that section's looking pretty good. What I did is this had that purple stuff in there, and this is a thin PVC vinyl stuff we just put inside. I put that in, made a little insert for that, put the wood back in there, put this on top of it, so that looks nice. Michelle's continuing to work back there. I'm going to get this all sorted this morning, at least have it prepared to set the counter before I leave to work this morning, so that's what I'm going to do. So today we're going to turn the power on and leave it on all day because I got all kinds of power tools and whatnot inside. That's kind of neat. That's our meter. By the way, this one wall here has not been painted because we're going to put tile over it. That's why it's kind of nasty. Alright, so got my mounting bracket for that side, this front corner. These are drilled at an angle going down there. I'm going to put a couple grabs over there. And then this area right here, I'm going to put an outlet in. I'm going to move this over there. I'm also going to run a line then back up in here because this will probably be microwave up in here. Okay, there's my old work box, and I've turned my power off. That is a handy dandy thing there. Okay, counter attachment points. Over here, this little front piece. Should probably find one more thing for right here. There's my fancy USB power outlet installed in there. I'll run one more outlet to the back on the other side. All right, there's countertop. Here's where I push the sink out and chip the top, but it should be fine once the sink's back in. I gotta get a hole saw bit for that. Look how nice that is under there. All that crap and bullshit. That's where our stove's gonna go. So we haven't cut this out yet because I don't know what stove we're gonna use exactly. And anyway, so that's cool. Okay, there's a sink installed. I'm gonna start tackling this floor in here. Okay, a nice floor. Still need to trim around it. So that's much improved. I don't know if I'm still going with carpet over these or what's going to meet that finished edge, but it's not bad. Okay, so now our floor is done. So now, as is tradition, our black tank is leaking. We're going to take this apart and see what's what, and see if we can hopefully put a new valve on it and solve the leak. So obviously we'll find out what's going on. I've got the bottom bracket off. Everything is coming off except for this one bottom. It's hanging up. This is the brackets you take off to get this off, but we got to get this loose gently. Okay, we can see 3 out of 4 holes are good. And on this one I'll put a big washer back here, and hopefully we'll be able to catch the back of this enough to squeeze it together, and our new gasket and valve will seal up here. So we're gonna see how that works tomorrow. I've got the valve off Oops. That's definitely quite effed. So, yeah. Okay, that's the new water heater, which is the same as the old one. That's the replacement brand. That was about $350 online. It's got our water inlets for antifreeze, so we will hook that back up. Unfortunately, we left the lines going under the camper. So it's very dark in there. Anyway. Okay, a couple more doors on the kitchen cabinets. We put the, it's very dark in here. Michelle's made these curtains. Look at this. How nice and dark it is. So there's that back up there. This one's back up there, all nice and painted. So this whole area back in here, that pillow Michelle made goes up there. It's going to be above our heads. This area is done. Wish there was a better way to get shots of this, but anyway. So now I got to remove the toilet and start trying to get and replace the toilet and water heater, which apparently I've watched videos and that is a bear to get out. So we'll see if I can figure out a better way. I mean, I don't even know how you missed the toilet that bad, but anyway, toilet's out. Flange looks good. That's a good thing. So now we're going to start taking this apart. I guess I should clean that first. Okay, so I've got all my connections undone here. Now, I've watched another video that looked like this was a giant nightmare, but it looks like right down there, oh here, this one's easy to see. There's a little bolt down there coming up through the fender well. And it looks like if I just unbolt this, that's the only thing that's holding this up. And this should just easily come out of here. So I'm cautiously optimistic. Let's see if that is in fact the case. Okay, so there's the top one and there's the other one. I gotta go to work, so I'm gonna soak these tops of these with some Kroil. And then when I get back, well, probably tomorrow morning, because I got stuff to do tonight, we'll see if we can get that water heater out of there, but that looks fairly straightforward. Okay, so this plate is now removed from there. My screws are out. Alright, so now I'm going to position myself on the floor, which requires getting down. So what I've done is unscrewed this from the bottom. So it's unscrewed. I'm going to now flip it. This thing should drop down. Okay. Now this is out of here now. It's on this back hook. And of course it wedges in there. Okay. So this is the question as to, does this thing come out of here without super fussing? So I've had to cut nothing, slice nothing. Okay, now this is hanging here. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut this. Do I want to cut this or do I want to unscrew it? I don't want to waste it. Okay. Look at that. So that is not the nightmare that many people think that it might be or could be, at least in this motorhome. This particular one is probably different than the next 5, because this is a 73 and they probably kept doing it, so I guess I got lucky. Okay, now I'm going to transfer my fittings. I've already moved that one. I got this one and this one to go here and here. There's the old, that one. So I jinxed myself by saying how easy it was. The new water heater is like 1/8 of an inch taller. So we had to take all this. You can see that's 1/8 of an inch up there, and I actually went down here to give it some breathing room between the dragster and my angle grinder with that. So you're going to have to come out about 16 inches to fit the new Cuomo water heater in if you get that one. Let's put it in now. All right, this was a giant finagling pain in the ass. So I stand corrected. Actually, had I gotten the right size hot water heater, it might have been better. This one was 1 inch bigger. I'll have to take a picture of the model. It did end up going in here. We've got it. It's not mounted, but now I got to go to work. But it's in there, and it's going to be great. But Jesus Christ, I just had to take that down a hair, and let's see if this will cover it, which it still should. Oh yeah, that's going to be fine. You're not going to see anything. So yeah, we've done it. But my God. All right, that's huge. All right. Now. All right. So you've seen the water heater number. That water heater's got a tab on the back of it that I cut off. When putting it into the cabinet, it barely squeezes in. It's stretching out the back of the cabinet. But then you kind of get it in. You have to pick up the back and get it over the drain pipe. Anyway, it got in there. So this morning when I get back from this walk, we're going to go ahead and hook that up. And then we're going to go get a free air conditioner somebody just wants taken off their roof. It's 13,500 BTU Dometic with heat. So we're going to put our water heater back and then go get that AC. Okay, back from the walk. We've got everything hooked back up here to our new water heater. Very nice clean installation. It's not going anywhere. We got that strapped on there good. So now I'm going to hook the city water or whatever, the hose water, to the outside so I can get some good pressure, and let's see where these leaks are going to come from, and we'll tighten up if there's any leaks at all. All right, so I was able to pressurize the system. Nothing leaked. Anyway, whatever, you get the idea. Now I decided to start taking this AC off because I got my new AC. And of course, I'll show you what the problem with that is, because it wouldn't be a job if there wasn't a problem. So let me show you what the problem is. There's not enough space between the front of my opening and the luggage compartment. So now I've got to remove the luggage compartment and slide it forward about 4 inches. And I also need to get this off of here too, because the AC sits directly on top of the roof, not on top of this thing. So that's what's going to happen next. I'm going to move this forward next, and then I'll remove that. Okay, now I've slid this about an additional 4 inches forward, so I'm just going to clear my new AC. So let's scrape this thing off here and see if we can get this AC up here. All right, so there's my rear AC, which is so nice and cool. That's really good. That thing is pretty cool. And then the last thing for this episode is, you can't see, but right here there's a split in that line. That's the last leak in this water system, but fortunately it's just a rubber hose. There we go. If I use my drill light, you can see right there where it's leaking. So I'm going to replace that and then we'll be done. And so another piece of hose, it's literally it's hard as a rock, and it had that split in there. So now we got new hose down in there. I have to take my word for it. We've got our kitchen almost put back together. I still need to do something about a stove. I guess I'm going to order one tomorrow. We were supposed to pick one up from some guy and he flaked. This still needs to be painted, and we're going to put this in. But so now my next task will be, I'm leaving that open, by the way, so I can turn the water on one last time yesterday and make sure there's not anything leaking from there. I'm going to use this nice carpet that was left over from a house I built to put here and here and all in that area. And then we'll have that done. So that'll be for next time. So until next time, thank you, and we'll see you soon.